Hey guys, welcome to Quad S Trading, and today we're going to go over the trade of the week of the 24th of February till the 28th. So I am going to do a weekly video now for all of our trades instead of daily. It just makes things a lot easier on my side. Also, do remember to subscribe and hit that like button and comment below. I am giving away one free lifetime membership to our course and all of our Discord channels and tools. The Discord link is in the description below. Now let's get started. ATCH, this thing was beautiful. As you know, the day before it pumped almost 500%. So this one here, and I'll show you in the dilution tracker, this company was slightly cash flow positive of like, I don't know, let's say $380,000. So those ones there, we don't like taking those on the way up because they can run for a while. So we take them as an SS1, and that is an entry when the stock is on its way down. So the entry here is on the close below the blue line, and we covered at either one of these purples. You can cover here, you can cover here, and we are also experimenting with covering at the end of the day, and we are getting a better results that way. So you have 3 different covers, depends on your risk tolerance. If you're very patient, you can wait all the way to the end of the day. If you don't mind the aftermarket, if you want to just be like in and out of trades, do the first purple or the second purple. Now let's head over to my favorite website, dilution tracker. Over here, as you can tell, they don't have a lot of offering ability, so that just means like they can't offer more or like do a public offering. Well, they could, but it just wouldn't be a high enough of an amount for them to be worth doing it. So usually they just wait until this is high, but they do have a lot of overhead supply. As you can see, this here is huge for the overhead, and that's why we shorted this company. And it also shows you here that the company is cash flow positive of $380,000. So that was a nice little win for us. And then we have PEPG. This one here, same thing. A nice pump here, all the way here up to 230%. It hit one of our resistance points or a pivot point here, and when a pivot point is like a round number like 450, we try and round it down. We go down a little bit, so let's say a 446, 447. That way, sometimes the stocks will not hit that exact 450. This is a prime example. It only went up to 448 when it tried to hit the 551. So we do short a little bit underneath that, so we nail that exactly on the money, and we covered at this purple line, or you can do the end of the day. And if we were to look at this one here on dilution tracker, medium, high, medium, medium, medium. The only red flag for this for me was the 76% institutional ownership. But I guess at the end of the day, when a company needs money, they will pump and dilute. And this one here, if you look at the company cash, they only had 15.7 months left. So this one absolutely needed some cash. Next one is FMTO. This one here was a little bit on the tricky side, and I'll show you why. It pumped from the day before roughly 186%. We did identify a resistance point here, so this is where we entered, but we were very patient. We didn't enter any of these ones here because if you look at the 4-hour chart on this one, and we're just going to zoom in here, see how they did an offering over here, which made the stock come down like this in a flat line forever. Because there's no other like resistance spots above here, it's very risky because once it like passes this, it can go on forever. So this one here, we just want to make sure that it is in fact still coming down and it's done the pump. So we took it at the open when this candle came in, and then it crosses this line. We just did a market order to come in, and lucky for us, boom, it halted down, and it went all the way down to this purple line here. And if you would have waited till the end of the day, which is going to be our preferred profit target from now on, if you have the patience to do it, it had a slightly better price. And if you go on this one here on dilution tracker, FMTO, high, medium, high, 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 and the short interest is very low. And our cash position was only 5.2. So this was a beautiful trade. ONVO is the next one on the list. This one here pumped from the day before roughly 400%. So we identified a resistance point here. So we took it right here at 180. Some people do 78, 79, 76, 73, like whatever, like slightly below this resistance line. And then when a stock goes sideways for a very long time like this, it means that the next day it will most likely dump the next day, which this is what's been happening with this one here, right? It's being dumped. However, just to play it safe, because sometimes you don't want to be stuck in these double, triple pumps and then dump, we close out at the end of the day, which would have been a very small profit, probably break even once you pay your fees, or you just go to the following day at 6 o'clock. That's when we wake up and trade. That's usually when we close our trades. And this one here, you would have been just a very small profit. But a small profit is better than a loss. And ONVO, if you look at this here, high, 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 medium. So soon they may do an offering if they haven't done already. Nope, I don't see an offering. So yeah, they'll probably do one shortly, or they could wait for another pump and then do the offering. But these are the stocks that we like to short. And if you look at down here, they did quite a few offerings already. And when you see H.C. Wainwright in your last banker, it means like they're like hurting for money. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 H.C. Wainwrights, right? So that's it for that one there, which was they're not all big wins, but I'd rather break even on some trades than having a loss. ENVB. Let's look at this one here. This one here is on a pivot. Across this right here, it pumped 240%. Across right here, boom, that's when we take the position. Same thing with this one here. This pivot is at 404. I went slightly under 404, so I nailed it at the 396, and you cover at the purple, or at the end of the day. And I can tell you, at the end of the day, we would have gotten a lot better price. Almost 50 cents better at the end of the day. And if I were to look at that one here on Dilution Tracker, ENVB, sorry. High, low, high, high, high. So it's got lots of dilution. And right here, historically, this says that they are potentially diluting the stocks right now. They have 5.8 months of cash. If you look over here, they've got tons and tons and tons and tons of dilution right here. And then if you just go to the news, there was no significant news. A U.S. patent, that's why it pumped. So we don't care about the news unless it's FDA approval on a cancer stock, or if it's an acquisition. Acquisition, we don't trade it, and then the FDA on a cancer stock, we just wait for it to pump like way up there. I've seen some 5, 6, 7,000 percenters. TRNR is the next one on the list. So this one here, same thing, a nice little resistance point here. Now this resistance point here is at 260. And like I said, we like to round it down to the nearest 50 cents, so that'd be 250. And then we go slightly underneath, so I did 246. Boom, I got in. And then you cover purple, or the next following day. Now it pumped again here. This one here was slightly under my entry, right? I wanted to go back in at the 246-ish, but we just missed it. And then if you go on the Friday, so one of our rules for us to trade, we do not trade after 12 p.m. So this candle right here is at 12:15 is not an entry. And on Fridays, I don't usually trade after 10. I do the pre-market into a dump because I don't want to be stuck holding the stock overnight for 3-night fees, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So this one here would have been, I think this was $8 to hold overnight for 100 shares. So that's automatically $24 in fees just to hold this into Monday morning. So that's why on the Fridays, we just play the early morning, and that's it. If you look at this one here on the Dilution Tracker, TRNR, high, low, so they don't have offerings. It means they probably did one recently. And then high, high, high. So if you look at this here, look at that. That's huge. Huge. And they have 3.2 months left of cash, and they are most likely diluting according to this here. And if you look, short interest only 5.8, and the institutional ownership is 0.8, which means that nobody cares about this thing. So let's have a look here. H.C. Wainwright, and then if we scroll down here to see all their offerings, H.C. Wainwright, H.C. Wainwright, H.C. Wainwright. So lots of those ones here. That means that this company is hurting. I'm pretty sure this one here is like the 52-week average is minus 99.9% anyway. So Monday, this should tank, even though they did a news on some acquisition, some gaming platform or whatever. And then lastly, actually we got two more. Sita. This one here is a textbook. It's a really nice one. It pumped like crazy in one candle. So this candle here pumped 150% in one candle. It's wild. And then you just got let do its thing. Take it on the, so we would have taken it, you let it do its thing. You take it on this right here at 659. You could have done 650, like 646, anything in that range. But we took it like after the pump anyways, because this pump was so fast that we didn't have time to take it at this lower price. So we just did a range, not a ranger, but like a limit order to take it when it goes right here at 659. And then it just tanked down, right? Purple. And the next day, or sorry, the end of the day, it's at even a better price. Almost a full dollar and a bit lower. So this was a really nice big win if you would have waited till the end of the day. Like I said, that's their new profit target. And the last one is NVVE. Let's go over here. Or let's just do a dilution tracker here, 𝐸TA. You know, high, medium, high, high. If you look at this here, it's one nice big candle. Cash, they have minus 3.1 months. And 𝐸TA, they always dilute all the time. As you can tell from all these offerings here, you know, they got tons of them right here. So then we go to NVVE. NVVE, you know, it pumped real quick, so we missed this one here because it was too quick. Usually within like in a 5-minute candle, by the time you analyze the stock, make sure that it is and you locate you miss this. So we went back here at 4:30. It pumped a little bit more and it tanked all the way down here at the purple and the end of the day, which is right here. But because it's a Friday, right? That's why I said I like to take the early trades on the Friday. That way we just get out at the purples. And we don't risk waiting, because sometimes they'll hit the purples and they'll pump back up and then they'll come back down. But in the Fridays, we just don't risk it. No matter what, we just take it at the purples here. But any other day of the week, starting in March, we will be taking it at the end of the day, except for Fridays. And if you look at this one here on Dilution Tracker, NVVE, you know, high, medium, high, high, high. You know, at the short interest only 3.6, minus 0.8 months of cash. And if you look at dilution, it's there all the time, right? Lots of dilution. So, anyways, those are all the trades of this week. I do post them in my Discord in the trade log. So if you want to have a look there, check it out. And do hit me up in Discord. We are a short selling community. We only short penny stocks that pump and dilute. So far in February, well, I guess I can confirm it now that the month is done. We are a 100% win rate this month. In January, we were about 95%. So hopefully in March we can do a double 100% month. So anyways, that's it for this video, and we'll see you in the next.